Hey, welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib, um, Fog of War. Not sure how much we're actually going to talk about that today, but we'll talk about people's experiences with it. I'm not terribly happy, even before we saw the abysmal results that people are getting inside the targets. We'll talk a little bit about some of the other things that they did that were obviously planned prior to it that doesn't make me feel too much about publicizing the prizes or whatnot, but we'll glance through some of that and we'll talk about people's experiences that have been able to hit it over the last hour. Personally, I haven't been able to. The raid actually started in my world 4 minutes ago. So let me go ahead and introduce everybody from left to right. Magic Mike.
Hello, folks.
And Dr. Death.
How's everybody doing?
Good, good. And in chat, if there's anybody that would like to come on and talk more about their experiences, let me know over there. But Mike, if you can start the slides and we'll go through bug fixes and some of the other stuff that they've done. Alrighty. I have you on present, and let's go to the first slide when you get a chance. All right. Ship's specials show incorrect negative stats after being retrofit. I guess the most infamous of that was the concussive upgrade that decreased your cloak time. I guess those are fixed. The thing that we haven't seen that's been fixed is the radioactive isotopes or radiation specials, radiation damage specials that you would want to put on your heavy launchers. Those aren't being reflected still not being reflected on your turrets as far as increasing damage. A lot of the PvP stats are still messed up, even though they got reported early in the last week. So not sure what the delay is there. I don't know what the next one means. Incorrect text string in Rogue Crews under duration. Anybody want to take a guess?
No.
Okay. PvE fleets can join megaship combat. I guess this means that they have prevented them from doing that. I personally don't have any experience with that. Does anybody know if this is true and been implemented?
I've not tried that.
Okay. All righty. And what everybody's been complaining about is how harsh the level 1 cargoes are. So at least they got that fixed.
Oh yeah, that was such a priority, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck even hits a level 1 cargo anymore.
Well, I don't know.
Just take it off the map.
Well, you have to be, what's the next level up? A 3? So
Yeah.
you got to be like a level 1 or a 2, I think, to spawn them. So yeah, I'm surprised those people had the ability to, or had the wherewithal to file tickets about them. So that I did find that one interesting. I also hear the level 3 cargoes are a bitch, but I don't know if they fixed those or not. So, alrighty. Anything else on the bug fixes? Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Tuning. They've reduced the tier 8 batteries that we saw in Siege and the new ones we just got for Assault. They've reduced them from total weight of 25 to 24. Yeah, this does let some builds slide in, especially as far as using the new folded ferrite across the whole all your armor slots. Because I was seeing people that were like 10 tons over or 40 tons over with their builds. So this should fix that. and provide a few more builds if you want to go with all of the new folded ferrite. So, all right. The next one is PvP and PvE is now further siloed. Sort of what I think this actually happened before because it was a bug that they could attack via megaship battles. But they can't be attack megaships, set as guard fleets. And I don't know what the next, and setting
Maybe
player
that's
base.
a hitting player.
What?
Base. Maybe that's hitting player bases.
Yeah, I guess so. That's my best guess. I just copy and paste, so.
Yep.
So, alrighty. Finally a good one. Now if you have bacon chest or the daily chest, and some people got, thousands of them, when you scroll around, those will only be listed as one, and so you can choose to open that one, which is a great move. And you can also go backwards through stuff now, so you don't have to worry as much about wearing out your mouse or your hand trying to get to the FM tokens that you get every week. So, all right, and okay, yeah, that's the last point is what I said before, that you can use the left arrow to navigate to the end, so you can go backwards and forwards. Any thoughts on this, anybody?
That's good. If you got a lot of chests, that saves a lot of mouse clicks.
Yeah, it's helpful, and I've seen in some other parts of the game where you could go backwards and forwards. If you get the time limited offers, you can do that with them as well. So, all right, I guess Dr. Death, you got anything on this?
No, not really. I was happy they finally did the chest thing because I'm sitting on like fucking 300 and some odd bacon chests and really didn't want to click to get to my FM chests.
Yeah, it's they made it pretty obvious with that last pillage event. All right, one more click. They didn't reinstate the tax for refitting, the 20% that you get for 20% time cost for taking something off, which is good, except for what that implies, at least to me, is that our PvE refactor that we just got requires us to make refits. And removing this tax which I don't even think should be there in the first place, is a minor step in that direction, but I don't think it solves some of the issues that you can see, especially if you have specifically tuned builds. That especially the changes in the splash damage reduction, how that's calculated. If that really screwed up your build. Also, some other things that got screwed over is the fact that, and we've talked about this before, pretty much all the flags got sort of screwed over because of the way they made the adjustments. Because before, what they did is they had resistances were much more important than the new survival stat. So to make up for that, they pushed a lot of new armor. Like the Eradicators went from like 100,000 to over 30 million. And I forget what the Inferno Dragon went from X, but huge, massive increases. But they did a linear plotting of the resistance versus survivability. And so you'll have your Greta's Inferno Dragon is much weaker now. those changes of, that 10% resistance has sort of gone away, and now it's not really as tanky as it used to be. So, okay. Anybody else have any thoughts on that?
It's junk. I mean, they screwed the player base.
Yeah, part of the problem is they look at the analytics and they look at the way most people built stuff, and they were trying to work for how most people built it. And I think, some people had successful outlier builds that aren't being as dressed globally as well as it should be. And they need to look into that a little bit more, in my opinion. So, all righty. What do we have next? Okay, this is when I was still being productive on everything before I saw the raid briefing, just to show people, how easy it is to get. It's not incredibly easy, but to get some advanced resources using the expeditions, and what to look for. What to look for is, you notice the one on the left-hand side is offering 8,000 titanium, and it's a 2-star. There's two different kinds of 2-stars. There's the 2-stars that are meant for generalist, and there's the 2-stars that are meant for regular hauls. And if you look in the middle one, you'll see there's no mention of generalists. And these are the ones that I look out for. They don't pop up that often. They're really easy to do. Either you can auto them straight up, or some of them you can complete in about 20 to 30 seconds. And I just recommend the ones with the higher payout. They differ. And you'll see, like in this example, I took 2% damage, which I'm going to come back completely healed. But in a day and 9 hours during the raid, when I'm not going to have any access to titanium besides buying it with raid points or something, I'll get 48,000 titanium when I couldn't otherwise get it. So, and you could do this with uranium and base parts. But the key in this is to look for the 2-star ones that don't say anything about generalist. If you send your regular ships into the generalist ones, they will die. But the rest of them are pretty easy. I just use my mana cores. I don't have any use for my mana cores during the raid. I don't have many use for my mana cores 99.9% of the time. So it doesn't hurt me at all that they are often unavailable collecting 48,000 titanium. So I guess let's go to the next slide, unless anybody has anything on expeditions.
Nope, they can't hurt.
Okay. Alrighty. Fog of War. I'm not really participating at this point, actually, in the raid, because of course, I've only been able to participate for the last couple minutes, right when the show started. But I became a little upset with the raid before it even started, for two reasons. Number one, at least personally, I own the regular Saturn, the Arch Nemesis, and the Nemesis X. For me to claim anything in the tier 8 lock store, at least the last I looked, they could have changed things in the last couple minutes, or made an announcement. I'm required to spend 4.5 million before I can really claim anything I want. And that's the equivalent of 45 million in the old school stuff. And once that's combined with the fact that they have tuned the top targets already in the first raid to be hull differentiated, meaning one's for Saturns, and you're going to take a lot more damage with Nemesis, and Dr. Death can talk about a little bit about this later. And it's already tuned for 4 ships and a flag.
Fully
at
built,
this point,
fully skulled, and fully armored.
Yeah, and that's what they've been tuned for at this point. And for me, just to get this Rock, Saturn, whatever out of the way, I would have to hit the tier 8 targets. And it would
That
take
is-
me 39 of those
No, but
in
are
order
you,
just
Hefe, are you counting the fact that there is a massive hit down penalty if you go into those tier 8 targets with your Saturns?
the 80s?
Yes, you only get a 60,000 completion bonus out of them, and you only get half the value of the target.
Where does it say this?
It doesn't say it anywhere. I just completed a set, and my set bonus.
You're supposed to get 60,000 per target and 100,000 completion
No,
bonus.
no. You're getting 30,000 per target, and you get 60,000 completion bonus.
Okay. I'm saying, because I haven't been in it, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it says Nemesis X/Saturn is what we're supposed to hit these with, and nowhere in the briefing does it talk about a hit down penalty for tier 8.
Yeah, but it's there. Trust me,
Okay.
I'll go out and smack another couple more targets and then screen share and show you my completion bonus if you want verification.
Yeah. So for those reasons, and Dr. Death is adding on to those reasons, I didn't really seem, that was worth my time to put slides together in order to sort of promote their raid. But we can have, if anybody wants to join us from chat and Dr. Death has already participated, talk about your experiences with it. Some things to know, the upgrades, they're limited to 4. Well, the upgrades, we assume, again, not in the briefing, are going to work similar to what we saw with the other PVEs. So U1 is 10, U2 is 30, U3 is 60. And max that we can get in upgrade kits is 40. So as far as for your regular Saturn or Nemesis, and the flags, you can get 10. So if the flags, you only have the option of U1. With the other ships, you get the option at U2 to either do the get U1 on all 4 of them or get U2 on one of them. Okay. I guess that's pretty much all I have to say with my experiences with Fog of War. Dr. Death, what are your What Death is in Alpha and he's seen a little bit more. What are your thoughts on experiences?
One thing I've got 8 MDS3s on my fleet, and I've also got counterloader 4 on each of my ships too to boost up my accuracy. And they're not firing. They just don't shoot at all at anything. They're not shooting down a single missile in the target. They're not firing at anything in the target. A complete waste to have all those on there if they're not going to do a single thing. These missiles are all coming like the last, that one raid where we had those 1 missiles you just could not shoot down for nothing. That's how these are. And now I'm in an 81 and I'm still absolutely not shooting down a single missile.
Okay.
And another thing I'm noticing too, I do not understand the concept of why, but splash is just junk now. My weapons all have splash on them, but yeah, since they made this change, it's absolute shite.
Oh, you're talking about all your weapons have. Explain further what you mean.
I'm running the scatter guns, right? So they've got inherent splash, right? So if there's 2 enemy ships stacked on top of each other, they both should take damage. But no, only one does.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the Saturn. I have the Nemesis. So what is actually the splash radius on that?
I'd have to look out at the set after I get out of this target. I'm running through and doing a full set again real quick so that I can show, screen share and show the bonus in case, So before everybody gets in here and starts saying, "Oh wow, I'm not getting my points." Yeah, because you take a bigger reduction hit in this target than you do in tier 7. Because if you do the targets in tier 7, both targets in tier 7, instead of getting the 70,000 total that you should get, you get 55,000.
I see.
But in this, They've cut it in half. You get 15,000 out of, or 30,000 out of each of the base targets, the 81 and the 83, and then you get 60,000 for the completion bonus.
Okay.
So that's almost 50% on this.
Okay.
Hopefully it's a bug and they fix it. That's all I can hope for.
Didn't we go last raid without a hit down bonus?
Yeah, we haven't had a hit down bonus in quite a while. But this just all goes back to where if you want the points, you're going to have to hit the top target, and Kicks does not want you touching that top target unless you've spent a shit ton of money.
So, okay. You've also mentioned that you've people in your alliance with fully ranked and fully built.
Yeah. I got one guy that built out the entire NIM with the flag. They're fully skulled, fully built, all the armor, everything, right?
Yeah.
And he went in. It took him 3 fleets to kill one target.
Yeah.
One target. And then the other guy, he's got all the Saturns. And he ran into the exact same thing. And each of them were hitting just the target they were supposed to hit. Now, that's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm not really, too excited about providing any sort of promotion of what they're doing here. Like we normally do, providing, how to win this and how to win that, because it doesn't appear that there's a good way to do it at this point in time.
No, really the only tip I can give anybody is if you're going to trade and grind out the tier 8 set, the 80 and 81 and 83, you can get up into the very top on the right hand side. There's a cloud. If you get in that cloud, you can snipe quite a bit of stuff out without it ever firing at you. But that's the only break you're going to find in the target.
Okay. Alrighty. You were going to share something, or was that you were going to screen share something?
Well, I'm trying to kill this 80. I'm right in the target right now. I'm trying to get to where I'm going to have that bonus screen pop up for you.
Okay. Yeah, because normally with the hit down penalty, you lose it on the target, but you still get the same completion bonus. That's how hit down penalties have always worked historically.
There shouldn't be a hit down penalty at all.
Well, not at that level, especially because the briefing does specify that for the 80s, we are supposed to be using Nemesis and Saturns. Yeah. I think product has gotten to a hold of this raid, and they need to do something with them. They can make their own choices on how they want to deal with them. But the people that control damage and cost and whatnot, they have overstepped their bounds, it seems, in this raid, and don't really seem to understand the game dynamics and how this is just going to blow up in their face. So,
yeah, because the leaderboard's not stacked, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, normally by this time in the raid, you've already got people that are over 100 million points, and I think we got one guy's at 50 million, and then you got a couple that are around 20, and then everybody else is in the tens. No one's really.
Well, remember the last raid they chopped the digit off. Yeah, these people are all the people blitzing that you're seeing at the top of the raid, and that's
not very many. If you look at the leaderboard, there's not a lot. It's not like it normally is. I mean, normally the top 100 is filled up with everybody, being up there. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Even with their promise of you can win extra tokens, and upgrade kits. I mean, the player base doesn't seem to be real happy.
Okay. Yeah, that's true, and probably quite a few of them are not terribly happy associated with what happened last week with the PvE refactor. So
Yeah, and how they also snuck in all the PvP refactor with it.
yeah, and again, we haven't got a good response on whether some of that PvP stuff, like what they did with the specials, some of the specials that just don't appear to work anymore. So, but yeah, if you are you going to want to be able to share something soon? Because otherwise, I was going to invite people in.
Oh, go ahead and invite them in.
Okay, alrighty.
I'm still playing with this stupid target here. Wow,
Alrighty.
I just lost a hole.
Yeah. But you're able to hide in the fog, correct?
Okay,
A
you
lot of
can
people are complaining that they're not able to. And I
once.
saw in the
Okay,
VXP target, if you drew him, if they were within the range, if you just like, if let's say the ghost crawler was right on your ass and you went into the fog and you were still within his weapon range, he would still fire at you, but it wasn't like he knew where you were and he would wander off.
no. What the way it's set up now is if you come out of the fog and you get someone to actually chase you, they're locked on, and that's it. Your fog will not hide you at that point. They will
Okay.
turn away if you can get deep enough in the fog. They'll all of a sudden turn away. But if they're close enough to you to where they're firing, they're just going to keep following you right through firing.
Okay. Alrighty. So I guess you kill Ren saying one of the ships spots you in the fog and lets them fire if you don't
Yeah.
kill it first. So I guess that's part of the strategy associated with it is sussing him out and dispatching him prior to retreating into the fog.
Oh no, it's this is crazy. This is stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just absolutely stupid. Okay, now I got 100,000, so I'm sending in a ticket because I got screenshots of the 60,000. So they
Okay.
fixed it. They owe me some points.
They did fix it or they didn't fix it?
Yeah, I just got 100,000 bonus that time for that set.
Okay. So yeah, all right. So there's no hit down penalty on the 80s.
Nope.
Okay. Alrighty. That makes a lot more sense than what we were seeing earlier. So it's this point, Golden Doodle was talking quite a bit when the raid first started. He's been a little quiet now on Discord. He's well, it's I would I wouldn't have gone there because most of the people that were complaining weren't even in alpha, and I was like, yeah. This is
Well, he wasn't talking to the people that were in alpha though.
well,
There were
it was,
quite a few of us
it was
posting.
just like a wall of text going by with people complaining. So yeah, I understand because he's not on there very much. It's just blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't blame him for some of this. I do blame him for some of the other stuff that we're seeing. But as far as trying to reach out to the player base and figure out what's wrong, and not knowing who's who and whatnot, and
Okay. Now they have about the fog. We just got some verification over here in Discord. The Viper fish
yeah,
can see you no matter where you're at, and any ship that enters the fog can also see and target you.
yeah, okay.
So if you try and pull back into the fog for protection and they're following you, it don't work because, well, they've gone into the fog with you, and so they can fight.
Okay.
But doesn't that defeat the purpose of us using the fog as for that purpose? Wasn't that what they said? Was you should come out of the fog, draw them in, and then especially the Nimex owners when they start using the mines, you're supposed to be able to hide in the fog and then draw them in and ambush them. You can't do that if they can see you in the fog.
Yeah. So, does anybody want to come on? Because I've run out of things to say. Because we're not really going to go through the prizes because we might do it on Friday if they make some radical changes to this. But at this point, like I said, I don't see any real reason to promote this shit show.
No.
And but if anybody
No.
wants to come on and the link's still up there and talk about their their experiences and if they've found anything useful. Because otherwise, we're just sitting around whining, and that's not good for anybody. So I'll leave that for a couple minutes in case anybody'd like to jump on. Otherwise, I think we're going to log off and make it a shorter show because I don't see that they've made any changes.
Yeah. No, there is one thing I do want to say about the raid, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, just real quick, I want to say this to everybody. I don't care if you have to use a gunboat. Go out and hit one target.
Yeah.
Because they did put that anybody that competes in this raid will get one upgrade kit of 10 for competing. Period.
Okay.
So throw a gunboat out there, take your one free set of 10 upgrade kit, There ain't no sense in missing out on that. It don't cost nothing to throw a gunboat at a target.
That's true. So, yeah, and it may not be if they decide this is all just a huge clusterfuck. Yeah, it might not be a bad idea to do it anyways in case they anybody participates gets X. That could be a possibility as well.
Yeah, they've done that in the past.
Yeah, so I would at least go out and try and hit something. This is odd. I just launched and we still have the we still have the Drac mega convoys in my sector. And the raid's already started. And we don't have targets.
And you don't have targets, huh?
Do you see any targets, Mike?
Just now got on the screen. Let me see.
I got targets,
I don't see any targets.
Prize target. It doesn't even look like. Here, okay, hold on. It just popped.
Maybe they're reaping them in an attempt to.
You can. Well, they're in a locator. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, because this has been going on.
There's the target there. Oh yeah.
So here's something to talk about. Who on the panel was on here this morning when you could not hit a building?
I wasn't around for that.
Did the quick the daily and I got off. And stayed
up. Oh, they're all based around subsector bases or SSRBs?
It must be because there's nothing close to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've got them there. I've still got a few scattered in between my alliance bases here, but it doesn't look like any new ones are spawning.
Okay.
There's a 102 is.
So they might be playing with something.
The first 102 from us is like 40 seconds away.
Yeah.
So, good Lord.
There's an SSRB quite a ways from us.
But they are offering all kinds of sales. You can buy all kinds of upgrade kits and upgrade builds.
All this stuff. Yeah, everything you can buy. They put that out there for $5. You can basically, for $10, you can pretty much get all the upgrade stuff you need that you can get in the raid. It's a little, like I said earlier, I didn't want to bring that up, but product's out of control in this raid.
Do you have to use new money, or is it? Oh, I guess I could look for myself.
New money for that. There is some stuff with tokens in it.
Okay, they can keep it.
I mean, with gold, with already existing gold. But it's like $5 for this and $5 for that. But you can buy it up to 9 times. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just in case you wanted.
Not new money.
Yep.
I got like 3. I have only 3 Nemis, and they only have 3 armors on them. I don't imagine they're going to do very well. Let's see.
Alrighty, I earned 78 points, so we will see. I suicided a Proto Apollo with old rockets on it in there because I'm never going to finish building that, and I might just scrap it when it gets back to base. So I guess nobody wants to join us, so I think we're going to end the show at this point and see you on Friday, and hopefully we have at that point we can see you know, if they've made some changes and it's worth doing, and I post the link again in case anybody'd like to join the after show. But see y'all on Friday. It may be short like this one if they haven't made this raid something that the players want to do or participate in. But yeah, I don't plan on having a bitch session, just sort of an update. And see y'all then.
Yep, y'all have a good one.
Take care, everybody.